Good evening, everyone. Victor again here from Ovini Vape, coming to you live from our Limerick office. How are you all today? Just a second, I have to put up the nicotine warning. We are talking about nicotine, so that's why we need to have these on. So I see slowly people are joining in. Now, first of all, quick update. We did have issue with PayPal. So basically what they did, they blocked off our accounts out of the blue, my business account, my personal accounts, everything like. So that's why the major change in our online store is that we do accept only two payment options for now, which is the bank transfer and also the card payment. Yeah, as of today afternoon, finally we got the card payment option also implemented. PayPal is not an option anymore. I guess that might be because we had the CBD products on the website on sale. I guess, because I don't know for sure. They have blocked the email we just sent. Is you can go to Resolution Center, appeal or there, and as I go, to the login, Resolution Center, my account might be limited, and then again pop-up comes up, your account is blocked, we don't want to deal with you anymore, and I can't even get in touch with them. Phone lines are dead, COVID, blah, blah, blah. So that's why, as of now, Alvini is not welcomed by PayPal anymore. And on the other hand, from the business side of view, I see it's actually maybe better so, because their charges for us merchants were going up and up and up every year. So it's time to say goodbye to PayPal, at least in our online store. If any other merchants are watching this, be careful. I did check around, did shop around. I see a lot of other vape shops still having CBD products and accepting PayPal. So be careful. Yeah, I am not 100% sure, but I guess that's because of the CBD sales. Yeah, okay, that's so far about the updates which we have in our online store. Now, today, reason for this live is OBS contacted me like 2 weeks ago, and they said that they will want to send me some samples. Basically, they want me to stock their products and sell them. And I said, yeah, okay, feel free to send me what's new, what's your best sellers. I will test them, but I will do it live. Yeah. So basically, this is then just one of them products which we received, and we're gonna be testing them, unboxing. Yeah, today is gonna be just a quick unboxing video, first impression. I'm gonna be using it for a week, and then I can give you an update on the next live, next week. So after 1 week's testing. Concerning the Aspire Nautilus Prime, it's actually, I already told in my last video when we did our build, it is a nice little device. I will be looking to stock it, and I'm stocking only what I like. And all in all, it's a good device for MTL vapors. The airflow control is the biggest flaw in my opinion, and also the button placement was not so handy for left-handed people, who use left-hand to vape. Other than that, it's a good device. 2000 milliampere battery is lasting long enough. And the little airflow problem I already showed in my previous video how you can fix it. Yeah. Okay, now that's it. Let's check out the OBS Cabo Kit. So let's dive down and check it out. So So, sorry, a little mistake here. Now let's try to dial down. Yeah, here we go. So that's the Cabo kit. Okay, we have to remove this shiny packaging. The lights are reflecting. So that's how the kit is gonna come. Actually, I'll remove that branding as well for now. Yeah, like this is gonna be better. Okay, that's how it's gonna be coming. OBS Cabo Pod Kit. On the front they say 18650 battery, Type C USB charging cable, and has lots of protections. On the side, this is the Chrome version. On the back we have the description, the standard kit, all the what's in the box, and here of course also the scratch me authenticity proof. Slide this open. Then we have in the user manual, quite actually thick. And what I like about this one, they actually do languages here on the front. You can see on which page you have which language. And yeah, English is page 1 to 5, so not much in it. Yeah, 1 to 5. So much for the English language. Yeah? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. That's it. Yeah. Okay, let's put this aside. Here's some warnings, some QR codes to scan. That's the device itself. Oh, it's nice stainless steel, brushed stainless steel finish. Then we have this little baggie. We have one pod. So one pod, second pod, and the coils are coming pre-installed in it. Yeah, second pod. Then here we have also, I guess, the USB cable. Yeah, that's it. Only the USB-C type cable. Yeah, as you can see, it's USB-C type. Okay, we won't need the cable for now. And that's it. So what's in the box? We have the mod itself, we have pod 1, pod 2, and USB cable. That's it, nothing else in the kit. Now let's take a look. So as you can see from above, we have two different sized drip tips, which are non-removable, flat, built in on the pods. This one is really wide opening, and this looks kind of similar in the shape to the Vaporesso Vinci. Actually, the whole design looks like it's Vaporesso. They kind of looked at the Vaporesso Vinci type because it's the same square shaped. The airflow is here on the sides as well, and the pods look actually really similar to Vaporesso Vinci. Now let's try to put a Vinci pod next to it. Here I have one original from Whirlpool. Let's see. Yeah, if we compare them two, here we go. Yeah, we have the Vinci and the OBS. Quite similar in the size. Okay, Vinci has a bit more rounded here on the top. This is more like edgy. Filling is the same, also with a little arrow showing where to open to fill it, and the pods you can put in there. Actually, let's try to pull out the pod and see, will that fit into the Whirlpool one? No, it's too big, won't fit in there. So they're not interchangeable, but the system is the same. We have push fit coils. Right, something. Okay. Nice to see. It's not perfectly round. We have the cutoff side, so you have to slide it in accordingly, like that, not like this. It's not even going in there. Again, see, all you reach is, if you try to put it other way around, is just slides one side down, and that's it. And then you have issues with getting it back out. So make sure when you change these coils, you align them perfectly so they fit in there, like that. Yeah, that's then good to know. If I compare with the Vupu Vinci, then I can see on the Vupu Vinci we had the airflow adjustment where we have here big hole, and then on the other side this is not so deep cutout, so it's going to be then a bit more restricted airflow. And if you look at this one, it doesn't have this feature, so it's just the same depth of the cutout on one side, and the same is also on the other side. So it's not going to be airflow adjustment like with the Vinci we were used to just turn it around, put it back in, then we have the airflow adjustment. Here it looks like it's going to be same airflow, doesn't matter which way you put it in, this way or swap it around this way. Yeah, okay, so much for the pods. Let's take a look on the pod mod itself. So from top to bottom we have positive and negative posts are spring loaded, 4 magnets here in the corners and 2 screws if you need to open it up for repairs or so. As I mentioned already, we have the airflow holes, 3 on one side, 3 on the other side. This is the stainless steel version, and the Cabo writing is also on the back. And here you have FPM. I reckon that's going to be fingerprint mode, yeah, because just before this live I watched one YouTube video just to see what's I'm reviewing actually, because I didn't check it beforehand. I just thought, okay, it's going to be unboxing, let's try it. And apparently this fire button has a fingerprint sensor in it as well. And here on the bottom we have the micro USB charging port, and also the cap to insert 18650 battery. Yeah, that's the look inside. It's all really dark and black in there. And here we have the only one indication which way to put in battery is this minus sign here, so it's no plus sign down there. And the plus pin, if I try to push it, it looks like it's, no, it is spring loaded. Yeah, really tight spring, but it is spring loaded. Yeah, the positive pin down there. Okay, let's get a battery. As always, positive, negative side, so we pop in the positive, and it's a little bit wobbling here. Yeah, I have here the Sony VTC5 battery. It is wobbling a little bit. When we put on the cap, screw it on nice and tight. Now the wobbling stops. I don't feel the battery wobbling inside there, and the screen comes on straight away, showing 35 watts, and as you see, that's the little lock sign on the, it vibrates actually. When I press the button, it vibrates and says check atomizer. Yeah, so obviously the atomizer is not on because I haven't put on the pod. Okay, let's fill the pod, and then we're gonna go through the menu with the fingerprint sensor. I'm actually eager to see the fingerprint sensor, how it's gonna be. Okay, now 2 of them pods from OBS. As you can see, one has a huge coil, and the other one is a bit smaller, at least here on the contact side. Let's pull them out and see what are those coils. Oops, 1, 2. Now my first question is, are these coils interchangeable? Let's take this big fat coil and stick it in here. Will it fit? No, actually it doesn't. Interesting. Okay, so you cannot put this big coil with the pod with a smaller mouthpiece. It's only goes with this pod which you have this big wide mouthpiece opening. To the coil itself, it is kind of honeycomb mesh inside there, as you can see. Yeah, and the coil reads OBM coil 0.2 ohm. Yeah, and best at 50 to 60 watts, as much as I can see. Right, I'll take the glasses. I'm getting older, so need some glasses. Okay, 50 to 80 watts. Yeah, best at 60 to 70 watts. It's written on the coil. It's actually the biggest coil for the pod systems I have ever seen. Yeah, for this type of pods, I've never seen such a big coil actually. So I guess we're gonna try this one today. On the other side, we have just the OBS marking. Airflow is going in through these little slots, and as you see from the opening from the top, there's going to be a lot of airflow going through it, which is not adjustable. So to try the flavor, we're going to take one which I'm already used with today the whole day. This is another juice line which I'm trialing, and I have it in my Wotofo Profile Unity, which is by far the best mesh RTA out there. So let's prime a little bit the coil. And then we slide the coil back in there. Watch out again for these cutouts on the sides, like that. And fill the rest of the pod with the juice. Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot really show you on camera how it's filling up, but that's nothing special. You should know how to fill up the liquids. I spilled a little bit. Here we go, and now the pod is filled. So now we can put the pod back on top of the mod. So another feature which they have built in, the pod fits in only the right way. Yeah, so where these cutouts are lining up with the airflow, if you try to put it this way, it's not even gonna fit in there. So they have made it idiot proof, I would call it. Yeah, so now we have 0.23 ohm reading on the coil. Then we'll see the voltage and the puff counted underneath. So with this, okay, now to the lock-in mechanism here. You see, we have a little locked sign. To get in the menu and change it, you have to press either up or down button 3 times. 1, 3. Now the lock sign disappeared, and then we can go up and adjust it in 1 watt increments, going all the way up to 80 watts. If you keep pressing the positive button, like I in this case, it goes in a loop, drops down to 5 watts, and then keeps going up to the 80 watts again. Okay, this reads 0.23 ohm. I will. Okay, let's start at 40 watts actually. And as soon as you press the fire button, it locks in again. You see the little lock sign is on it. Now, okay, let's try to take a couple of pulls and then see how we can manage that fingerprint magnet, okay? So let's see how this device vapes at 40 watts. Plenty of airflow actually for that long hit. Okay, that's a positive point from my side because I like it. If it's a direct long vape advertised, it should actually have plenty of airflow. Yeah. And that is perfect direct long hit actually coming out of it. No restricted direct long. It's plain direct long vape. A little bit loud, I must say, if I compare with the Profile Unity. Yeah, Profile Unity is quieter, not so loud as this one. This is just because the air goes through these three holes. I think that's just making this weird kind of bit whistling sound. Flavor. The flavor is actually quite nice out of this coil. Yeah, this is a fresh coil. Here I have like 2 days old built into Profile Unity. Okay, the flavor here is not as intense as in Profile Unity, but that's okay because I know that Profile Unity is the most flavorsome RTA, mesh RTA out there. Yeah, I've tried lots of them. Still coming back to the very first mesh RTA which I got. This is quite old one, like almost 2 years I have this one, and I have tried all the Kylan M's coming out and tried them. In terms of flavor, I haven't found anything which is better than the Profile Unity, okay? It comes, with this one, it comes pretty close on a fresh coil though, yeah? I don't know how long the coil is gonna last. I can try the juice, as I said, for 1 week, and then I'm gonna say my final verdict. This is just the first unboxing and first impressions, okay? So far, it's good. Now let's try 50 watts. Yeah, 50. Is much warmer vape. The flavor is still there. Actually, I need a sip of water. Yeah, it was written on the coil 50 to 80, based at 60. So let's try 60 now. So we have 60 now. You know what? On the end of the pull at 60 watts, I kind of felt a bit of dryness coming through. I like more like saturated vapes. Let's go down to 55. Yeah, 55 now. Yeah, for me, that's for my preference. Perfect fit would be with this big fat coil, 0.2 ohm at 55 watts, but that's my personal preference. Yeah. Okay, let's push it to the limit. We try the 60. Let's try 65. Let's push it and see, do we get a dry hit or not? Yeah. So 65 now. It's much warmer vape, but still okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's push it to the limit, to the 80. Yeah, 80 was the max. So let's see how the coil performs at the maximum power this pod mod is capable of. You see, I'm not coughing, so obviously no dry hits, but really hot vape coming out of it, and the flavor is deteriorating, so it's going. So not enjoyable. You can still vape. For those of you who want to push the limits, it's fine. You can do that, but you're losing the flavor and using a hell of a lot of power, draining the battery. I don't see why you should be doing that, but yeah, it's doable. The vape is too warm for me anyway in this case. So let's bring it back. 1, 2, 3, down to 55. I think that was the best for me. Yeah, 55 is the best option for me. Now, let's dive down again. I'll show you the menu. Let's try out the fingerprint, okay? So here we go. We are here at the menu. Just have to hold it. So, and according to the instructions, you have to press the fire and the up button in the same time to get into the fingerprint menu. So let's try. Yep, now it says please touch. Okay, I'll have to turn around this way so I can touch. Basically touching on different angles, the same as with the phones. What it does, it vibrates and says save okay. Let's try to do that same thing with my left thumb. So you can save different fingers, not just one thumb. So let's press up and we are back into the please touch mode. And then this time with my left finger, with my left thumb, different angles. And on the end it says please touch again. Please touch. Come on. How many more times I have to touch it? Now wait and save. Okay. Now I have saved my 2 thumbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We switch it off. Yeah, it's switched off. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it says please touch. Yeah. Now let's try. I put my right hand. Yep, and it unlocks straight away. If I switch it off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back off. Now we switch it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says please touch. Now I'm gonna try this finger, and it says doesn't recognize, vibrates, and is not allowing to vape. If I take my left thumb now and straight away recognize the left thumb as well, and we are back in the menu and we can vape. So this is working. The fingerprint is working. And to reset the fingerprints, you have to press the down button and fire button in the same time. So if you want to reset them, so let's press. It asks me to confirm with the fingerprint again. Now please touch for the admin. Yeah, verified success. It switches itself off, reboots, and now we have removed all fingerprint safety feature, yeah, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch it off. Now we switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back on. And we have our menu, so it's not locked to the fingerprint anymore. Now, the interesting question is, if I switch it, if I want to switch on the fingerprint and try with the, like this. Now you have to set the finger again. So you have to do the same thing, touch at different angles. Same as basically what you do with a video phone. So save, okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back on. 1, 2, 3. And now I will try to touch with my left, which right now I registered the right thumb. Now with the left thumb, no. It does not memorize your fingerprint once you reset. You have to do it all over again. With my right thumb, it recognized straight away and switched on. So that's basically it about it. My first impressions about the mod itself is so far really similar to the Whoopoo Vinci X, which came also with the removable 810 battery. Ergonomically, I would say it is okay, but you can still feel the corners of it. If you're used to these kind of square-shaped mods, if you have Whoopoo Vinci and you're happy with it, yeah, then this would be quite similar to it. Two things what stands out to me right now as let's start with the negative posts. The USB chargers on the bottom. I would prefer to have it maybe somewhere down on the screen, because the charge you will have to lay it down, and if you keep it laid down overnight charging or something like that, might get some leakage. Not a fan of that. I would prefer to be able to charge it while it's standing upright. Yeah, somewhere here or here on the side charging port, but they decided to make it down on the bottom. I'm not a fan of that, but actually, after some time not using it, it actually locked itself as well. See, I have to touch it to, yeah, I have to touch it with my fingerprint to unlock again. So I didn't even know that. So it is actually locking itself after some time of not using it, which is good. That's a positive point about this one as well, especially have teenagers at home, who teenagers these days are trying to get their hands on the vape. So if you have teenagers at home and you are afraid that they might be using your vape, so you don't even have to switch it off to activate the fingerprint safety feature. It's just enough when you just put it down. After a minute or so, yeah, it just goes automatically into the lock mode, and then your kids won't be able to unlock it and use it without you knowing that. Actually, this feature I really like. Another negative point which I would say is that there is no airflow adjustment whatsoever. I actually like to have some kind of airflow adjustment. On the positive side, I really like this steel, yeah, this steel finish. There is no varnish on it which can peel off with the time. That's a good point, yeah. And another positive point which I see right now is that it is real direct long vape, yeah. It has really huge openings on the drip tip, so it's plenty of air going through it, and the flavor is really nice. At least on the fresh coil, flavor is really nice. That's about it. from my first impressions. See, we have here some comments. Hi, oh, Guns, hi. No, you can't call anybody from this device. No, they have no SIM card slots in there. Yeah. Okay, so let me use this one for a week. I'll give my final thoughts then on next live next Tuesday. So far, I already mentioned my first impressions, and I want to see how long the battery is gonna last, how long the coil is gonna last. With Sabo vape juice 7030, these fresh vape juices are actually quite sweet. So I want to check how long they're gonna last, the coil, and just because I have just the one coil which came with it, haven't got any spares, and then I'm gonna tell my final verdict and if I would be stocking it or not. Okay, cool. Then thank you very much everybody for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday again, 7 o'clock Irish time. Yeah. Have a good evening and see you next week. Bye bye.